Welcome, everybody, to another exciting episode of Inquiring Minds. I'm Hialeah Comic Bro, and as always, I am accompanied by Conquistadork Javi. Javi, what's going on?
What's up, Hialeah? Man, happy to be here. Another episode of Inquiring Minds. Going strong, man.
Dude, it's 24 episodes.
Yeah, man. I'm glad that we can still be doing this and still bringing some entertainment out to the viewers.
Dude, it's crazy. I didn't think we're already 6 months in?
Yeah.
Who would have thought it? Hey, so the time, man, we're going to start this show. I hope he doesn't get offended. So, stepping on his toes. But I'm glad Javi brought you up, because Javi brought you up this week. And I started thinking, okay, 24th episode. Okay, if he did get offended, I hope he's over it by now.
Yeah. It's definitely an interesting topic to go around. I mean, there's no one can get offended, because then everyone would be offended by unboxing videos and weekly hauls. So, exactly. Just as long as you're having fun, that's all that matters. A lot of cool people in the chat that I see.
Dude, we got a ton of great people, man.
Yo,
and these people you've already had, you got it to know already.
Zach B, Iowa Hawkeyes, bro.
You've had Bake on your show. You've had NYC on your show.
Yeah, I've had, a lot of these people. Haven't had Unruly yet, so he's definitely on the list.
Awesome, dude. Hey, and I got to say, man, you're really good at it.
I try.
You're a natural.
Well, that's because I'm real. I was in the Army, so I'm really good at bullshitting. I'm really good at just pretending like I'm an expert, even though I have absolutely no idea what I'm talking about.
Yeah, you pretend until it works out,
Yeah, practice.
Who was saying that? Pretend until.
Chad says that a lot.
Chad,
I don't know exactly the way he words it, but yeah, he says it. Yeah.
Yeah, fake it till you make it.
Fake it till you make it. Yeah.
Fake it. That's it. Fake it till you make it. What's up, BB?
What up, Bake? Yeah, I feel so bad for Bake. He lives in Key West.
Yeah.
Poor guy.
He doesn't live in Key West, actually. He lives in Key Largo. He lives in the Upper Keys.
Oh, boo-hoo.
Yeah, boo-hoo, poor guy.
Comic Books NYC. He's a cool dude.
Super cool, man.
Yeah, a lot of cool people in chat. Comic Book NYC is such an interesting guy. Like, I never knew he worked in the music industry. It's so cool.
We
did not know that.
Talking about it once.
And if I did, then I forgot. And now every time I remember, it's still cool.
Yeah, someone brought it up, and that's how I know about it. But I don't know exactly. I mean, because I play guitar and I went to school for music, so that's awesome.
I don't play anything. I just play on the radio, and that's about as far as I go.
You can.
That's not. You know what?
Bang some drums.
I'm glad you brought that up, man, because you got a playlist on your channel.
Yeah.
And you got music, and it's mainly heavy metal.
Yeah.
It's mainly heavy metal, except you got this one video, and I was like, dude, that's an awesome video, and it's an awesome song. And the song I'm talking about is 1979 by the Smashing Pumpkins, bro.
Dude, I love the Smashing Pumpkins.
Do you really?
Love the Smashing Pumpkins. Yeah, it's weird. I guess that I wouldn't say it's my guilty pleasure, because Smashing Pumpkins are awesome. Long story short, I have a family member who, I'm sure they don't anymore, but they used to know the Smashing Pumpkins like before they got big.
Are you serious?
Yeah. So I mean, I've never met them, know, but
they're from Chicago, correct?
I think so. Yeah, I think they're Midwest. Yeah.
I was really into the Smashing Pumpkins, and that's one of my favorite songs. Period. Not just of theirs. That's my daughter loves that song. I showed my kids and it's just an amazing song. The video's great. So I was very happy when I saw it. I go, all this heavy metal. And then he's got
Smashing Pumpkins.
Smashing Pumpkins. I thought it was cool, dude. I'm a big fan of theirs too, man.
Yeah, for sure.
They get a little heavy every now and then,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they're kind of all of the band they're a band that's like everywhere. They check all the boxes.
Did you ever get to see them?
I've never got to see them. No. Although when I was stationed in Germany, I did get to see Rammstein in concert.
Du hast.
That was like, I knew what they were. Like, I've heard the songs, but I had no idea what I was getting into.
No,
The concert was insane.
They put on a crazy live
show, bro.
Yeah, what up, Biggie?
They are super
Hey, man.
theatrical, and they go balls to the wall on their live shows.
Yeah, it was crazy. Like now I know why gas goes up all the time. Every time they're on tour, gas just skyrockets because all the flamethrowers and everything. I'm sure it takes a lot of gasoline.
How crazy was that show, though, man?
Oh, dude, it's something I'll never forget. Like
really?
just even some of their antics, like some of them just goofing around was awesome.
That was
they would like throw pies at each other. They would kick over the drummer's head, drum set just for fun, like in the middle of the song, just like unplug something.
And it's probably in a massive stadium and shit. And
it was packed. It was absolutely packed. It was so cool.
That's awesome, cool. Man.
Loved it.
What branch of the service did you serve in?
I was in the Army for 10 years.
Oh wow!
Yeah, a lot of fun. Been to Iraq, Afghanistan, Bosnia, Egypt. Lived in Europe. That was awesome.
Wow. Dude, thank you for your service, man.
Yes, no problem. So like, what's nice when you're stationed in Germany, you get weekends off because being in the Army is like a 9-to-5 job. So we'd like hop the border all the time. We used to go into Poland or France or the Czech Republic, or like, oh man, we got a long weekend. Like, let's go to Greece.
What's the craziest thing you saw, man?
That
you can talk about.
Yeah, I went to Sofia, Bulgaria, one time on a long weekend, and we met these Marines coming back, and like, dude, don't go to Sofia, Bulgaria. The mob is like for real all over Bulgaria. And like, well, I want to see the mob now. So we get off the train, and like I see a parking lot that is full of like really beater cars, and then like a couple of Lamborghinis drive by. I'm like, okay, maybe the mob's big here. We get into a nightclub, and like the bouncer's telling us like, hey, don't approach the women, they'll approach you. They're property of the mafia. And I'm like, okay, like I'm good. Like my friends are drunk and they're idiots, so we're just gonna leave. I don't trust them to
How
many? That was probably like the craziest thing I've ever seen.
How many?
That's crazy, man.
What's that?
How many guys was it?
Like 3 or 4.
Dude,
all drunk servicemen from the United States. And we're all, I think the oldest one was like in his early 20s. So we're like, yeah, no, we're good.
You don't want to take a chance, right?
No, not gonna happen.
That's awesome, man. Were you into comics back then while you were in the service, or?
I was, but in Europe, comic shops are a little bit different. Like here, we have comic books. Like a comic book in the Czech Republic is different. It's like the entire New 52 Batman, like the whole thing. Like to them, that's a comic book.
Oh, okay.
So there's no floppies. Every once in a while, you'll get some floppies, but mostly graphic novels.
Did you go to a lot of shops?
Every chance I could. Didn't really buy much because everything was printed in like whatever language it was in. And I'm an American. I can't read or speak another language.
No, exactly. And you grew up in Minnesota, right?
Yep, northern Iowa, southern Minnesota.
How are comic soups there?
Scarce, really scarce. My closest one to me growing up was about an hour drive.
That's crazy, dude.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
So it was tough. I mean, like I could go to the grocery store and they'd have like a magazine rack of like comics, but it was just like whatever issue they had. It was a mix of everything.
So how did you get into it?
Probably at the grocery store. I remember like going to the grocery store with my parents, and they would just be like, "Oh, here's a comic book. Sit in the cart. Just like read this and shut up while we shop."
Yeah.
And then when I was done, they'd make me put it back. I couldn't buy it. So they made me put it
back. They were just giving you the carrot.
They were just giving me the carrot, and then I'm done. Like, okay, here you go.
Dude, badass, bro. So
that was a lot of fun.
So when did you really start collecting? Was it after you came back from the service, or?
Yeah, then I started, started making up for lost time and going on, buying whole runs at a time. We're at northern Iowa, northwest Iowa, north of Sioux City, about an hour between Sioux City and Sioux Falls, South Dakota. So
yeah, Zach B.
For Zach B.
Yeah,
Who knows? Like 2 people from Iowa are like dogs. They say they're from Iowa and like they gotta sniff each other, like see if they're cool. Like, oh, you grew up in this part? Like, oh, we played you in football. Like, yeah. That's how it's people from Iowa, Nebraska, South Dakota, Minnesota. They're all the same. Like, oh yeah, yeah, okay.
Oh yeah.
Dude, and we were talking before, man. Are you excited about tomorrow?
And no, I mean, I've been excited. I used to love the draft, and then dude, it's all the same. We spend all this money to draft these good players for Vikings, and it doesn't matter. We're not going to the Super Bowl.
What do you guys got a number one?
I remember one year we had 7 first-round draft picks. Nothing. We didn't go anywhere. We didn't do anything. We got some good players, and we just developed them, and then just trade them off to whoever.
Well, you just got rid of Diggs.
Yeah,
Got rid of Diggs, man, and he had his own freaking commercials, and you guys got rid of him and shit. He couldn't drop anything and all that stuff.
Oh my gosh, Diggs is awesome. He grew up where I'm at now, in central Pennsylvania. He's from Baltimore, about an hour south.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah, so he's a local hero.
What's the difference of where you're at now from where you grew up?
People, just people. I'm from a town that's literally 5 blocks by 3 blocks. And there's 100 people.
Yeah.
So it's nothing.
Oh my! And now you're in a major city, or
now I'm in a major metropolitan area. And then it's just like insane. Like I live about 4 miles from where I work, but sometimes it takes me 45 minutes to get there.
Go 4 miles?
Yeah, 4 miles.
Wow. That's
45 minutes.
Here, man. That's worse than here.
Yeah. Yep.
Dang, that's crazy.
So you're liking the quarantine then?
Oh, I'm totally digging the quarantine. We can do this for a long time. I got no problems with it. Yeah. I can totally 100% work from home, so I don't care either way.
Dude, that's sweet, bro. That's sweet.
Yeah, it doesn't hurt me. I'm cool.
And you get to work around all your comics.
Yeah, right. Who wouldn't want to go to work, in this lovely comic book cave?
Yeah,
all kinds of lovely.
Kind of very impressive freaking comic book room, dude.
Yeah, it goes all the way back.
Nice.
I actually had to take some off the wall because of the brown file cabinet. I was moving it in. That's a new addition.
You're gonna fill it up? You already did? It's
getting close. Each drawer holds about 5 short boxes.
You're not scared of that's not gonna cave in the floor of the shelf?
No. Nope. I'm in the basement, right in the concrete.
No, I mean the shelf in the filing cabinet. That's a lot of weight.
No. This is a big fireproof safe, so it's heavy duty. It's it's heavy. It's like a 3 or 4 person thing just to get it in the house.
Yeah,
it's awesome. How did I find it? Where I used to work, they were just throwing stuff out.
Oh, perfect.
So they kind of just gave it to me, including this one. And this one is the same thing. It's all packed. So in the gray file cabinet, these are current runs that haven't ended the whole way down. So this has 4 drawers too. This one's a little less full, so I got some growing room, but
yeah.
But yeah, so I got these 2 gigantic file cabinets.
That's where you store all your comics, pretty much.
That's where they all get stored. Yep.
Nice.
Unless it's like slabbed or like a really cool autograph, then I'll slap it on the wall.
Dude. Speaking of autographs, man, going back to your channel, you got those 1-minute autographs.
Yeah, that was like pre-coronavirus. I tried to do that, but now with this whole coronavirus thing happened, like I got way too busy for that. So I decided to do like once a week, like 10-minute segments.
I saw that.
Now I have one coming out every Friday or whatever, but yeah, I have like 300 plus autographed books.
What?
Yeah.
300, you said?
Yeah, 360 or 70 books.
And those you got autographed all yourself, or you purchased some of them?
One was a gift, but the rest were ones that I collected myself.
So is it safe to say that this whole quarantine is hurting your autograph?
No, because I only go to like 1 or 2 conventions a year, and they're at the end of the year. So,
wow! And you guys have any freaking autographs? I think I got maybe 20 tops in my whole collection, man.
I've got hundreds. It's not like something like, oh man, I go to a convention, and I only focus on autographs. Where it's just something that just happened by like chance. one of the first conventions I went to with a friend, like would be considered a big one, was Baltimore Comic-Con.
Okay.
And I didn't know what the etiquette was for collections and autographs, whatever. And I was looking at who was going to be there, and I was going through like, oh man, like I got this whole run of this, let me just go get it signed. And sure enough, that's exactly what happened. Like I would just be like, wow, like everyone has like 1 or 2 books. I've got like 50 for this one guy.
You didn't know the etiquette, but you went with the whole run?
Yeah.
To a con?
Yeah, I've gone with whole runs.
What did
I
you have?
didn't
Like
know.
Did you have like a little red rocket or a little red ranger, whatever?
I had a backpack, and then I had like a little tiny bag that I would carry, like a box of comics in a bag. And that's what I did.
Wow. God bless.
But like as I, progressed in my years, I was like, okay, it started, I'm taking like, a lot at a time. Now I'm only taking like, what can only fit in like one of these.
Right.
Yeah.
Man,
Those are handy.
Yeah.
Who's left you awestruck?
A lot of people, but I would say the coolest interaction that I saw that I was not a part of was between Dan Jurgens and a fan who was trying to make some money real quick. So Dan Jurgens, super nice guy. He's currently doing Batman Beyond, and I think he was doing Nightwing for a while. I can't remember, but anyway, he's a big Superman guy, and he knows Joe Shuster and Jerry Siegel, like the guys who started comic books, Superman, number 1 kind guys. Well, they did Superman number 1. But anyway, so this guy comes up in line, and he's got his CGC witness, and Dan Jurgens is like, whatever you can put in this bin for the Hero Initiative, I'll sign whatever you got. This guy didn't put anything in the bin, and he had a book that was autographed by one of those 2 guys. I can't remember which one. And Dan Jurgens, like, he signed it, and then he looked at it. He's like, is this Joe or Jerry? He's like, yeah. And he's like, are you going to put anything in the bin? And the guy said, no. You sign it for free. Like, why would I donate to the Hero Initiative? And Dan Jurgens is like, because the Hero Initiative is for people that needed this money. Like, these 2 guys, like, we started it for them. Shouldn't you put something in? The guy's like, nah, you already signed it. He pieced out and he left, and I could tell Dan Jurgens just wanted to take his chair and just like bash this guy over the. I could tell it. He was thinking it.
Were you next?
I was right behind him and was like, oh man, yeah, I've got like $5, man. Like, here you go. But like, I made him look at me like, yep, it's going in the jar.
You made eye contact with him.
Yep.
Dude,
What's up, D Runk?
Wow,
What a dick that other guy was, bro.
That guy was an asshole for sure.
That guy was a dick, and he had all these really nice autographs, and he was getting, authenticated, he's getting it witnessed, and all this other stuff. And it was a beautiful book, and he couldn't put $2 in to help the Hero Initiative.
And he was getting it, and he was paying a CGC witness too.
Yeah.
Do you do that too? Do you do that as well with your autographs?
Yeah. Some people, they if they have a jar out, I'll absolutely put something in.
No. I mean the CGC. The CGC.
Oh no, yeah. I'm more of a CBCS kind of guy.
Nice.
Just because of the relationship that I have with Steve at CBCS, the head guy, and I've developed many relationships with CBCS throughout the years. So I kind of biased, and I only stick with CBCS.
Nothing wrong with that.
Unless they're doing like a
awesome.
super like sign in, like send us your books, we're having a private signing, then I'll do like a CGC. But 99% of the time, I'm CBCS.
No PGX.
No, I can't say not. I'm sure they've got their pros, and you're gonna put me in the hot seat for a second. I'm trying to get PGX to come on my show and talk.
Cool.
So I've had EGS Comics, I've had CBCS, CGC told me to get lost, and
wow.
PGX is they want to come, they're just really busy. So,
Dude, that's cool. I saw that you had them on. That was really cool.
Yep. Steve's an awesome guy too. Does a lot for the Hero Initiative, does a lot for charity. So
that's awesome.
Which is good. Not that CGC doesn't do that, but they don't advertise that they do that. So I don't know that they do.
No, they don't come on many channels. I think I've only seen them on Reggie's.
Oh, DGC. I've had DGC on my show. Yep, that was my early stages. Like I think D Runk was like one of the first 3 or 4 people I ever did. So I had no idea what I was doing. I had multiple browsers open. I think I asked like 3 or 4 questions that was like the same. So I was like, oh, what am I doing?
Dude, I saw that one actually today, and
Oh.
it didn't come across that way at all.
That's how I felt. And, you know, it's just like, man, I can't believe I just asked this guy the same question twice. Like, dude, I look like a total jerk right now.
Dude, I didn't see it, and I don't think D reacted in that way at all. I'm telling you, it's like we're getting all your you had them. Everybody we have on, you've already had them. So.
Not Biggie. Biggie's on. I got to get Biggie on. I got to get JP Budget's collecting. I haven't had Man Cave yet.
Oh, we haven't had JP either.
I gotta get. If you can get Gray Man on your channel, that's a rare Pokemon card.
Yeah, there you go.
You had Gray Man? Oh, yeah. You guys got a card that I don't got.
That's like an exclusive, yeah.
Yeah, no, that's an exclusive for sure.
Yeah, like I bet this is why you started doing this, is because you wanted to just meet these people, hang out with them, get to know them, and kind of bring them out to
that too. But them, you know? I don't really have a whole lot of. I don't have any friends that are into books like I am, so it's just me. So the only time I ever get to talk books is when I'm at the shop, or you know, I'm in someone's channel in the chat. I got sick of it. Like, man, I just want to talk to someone about books. Like, I want to show some people my collection. Like,
hey, but you know what? I was looking at your thing. You didn't start off just showing your books, man.
I started off pressing and cleaning books on PlayStation. I have a PlayStation camera when it came out, and I was like, man, I'm just gonna play around. And I noticed that people were just live streaming themselves doing like whatever they were doing. And I was like, dude, here I am cleaning a book. Like, I'm gonna turn this thing on and see who watches. And it snowballed from there. So that
was ballsy though.
Yeah.
Ballsy, dude. How was the reaction that you got? What were the comments?
I actually got quite a bit of people. In fact, for a while, I was doing way better on PlayStation than I was on YouTube. Like it was a night and day difference.
I thought that was ballsy, man, because pressing and cleaning books, that's, you know, I imagine you're just starting out, you started showing that. I could imagine people being critical as fuck.
They weren't. Everyone was like, I mean, you'd have your people like, oh, why are you pressing that book? It's not worth anything. I had a lot of that, but I didn't have anybody like, you know, like criticizing the book. But I did have a lot of people like asking questions like, you know, what are you doing? Like, does that affect grade? Is this considered restoration? And I've been cleaning my own books for a really long time now. And it's,
oh, nice.
If you can do it, like, one, you save a lot of money. And two, it's like, it's an art form. If you're really good at it, like, you'd just be cleaning your own books and you'd be like, oh man, yeah, I'll give you $20 for that book. And then you clean it, you press it, boom, now it's a $50 book just because you cleaned it and it looks fancy.
Yeah, the love that you put into it. And that's awesome that you described it as an art form. I feel like
it is.
I feel like that's like the first time I've ever heard someone describe it like that. So it's pretty awesome.
And my best cleaning tool is a Mr. Clean magic eraser.
I saw that.
It blew my mind when I picked this trip up. So I intentionally did some damage to a free comic book, and it works. It turns your kind of whites into like a snow white.
Really?
But you can't do it on color. It has to be white.
Right.
Otherwise, it'll just take the ink right off.
Right. It just eats that up.
You consider yourself a good presser or good?
There's people out there that are way better than me. A lot of people. But I would say I'm better, slightly better than average. Ever so slightly better than average. But yeah, I actually had 2 comic book presses. I ordered one and it came broken. So they sent me a piece to fix it. And they sent me a whole nother press.
No, wow.
So I was like, what am I going to do with 2 comic book presses? Like double pressing? I was like, dude, that's a great idea. But I ended up trading it to my local comic book shop for some in-store credit because I had my eye on a couple books.
Hell yeah.
Dude, so have you pressed anybody else's books?
I haven't, and I probably never will, because if I screw it up, I will feel so bad.
Yeah.
So I'd rather screw up and be mad at myself.
Yeah.
It's my own book versus like, hey, press this book for me. Be like, I'm sorry.
What do you recommend for pen removal?
It depends on the color of the pen, the color that it's over, and the type of paper. So I mean, you could use a Mr. Clean Magic Eraser, or I have paper and book restore. I have ink remover. I have dry ink remover. Depends on the scenario.
Yeah, it really depends on the situation. Yeah.
Right? It does.
Dude, you're mainly a DC guy too, right?
I'm all DC. And
all DC or like
99.999%.
That's why you run in the circles that you run in. Your fanboy show that one you do with Tim and with the comic.
Tim and Dave, yeah.
Yeah, I can see where that you fit right in.
And how I only became a DC fanboy, it was by accident, because growing up at the grocery store, they had random issues. They never, for whatever reason, they never had Marvel. It was always DC, Dark Horse. I think that was it. So it was, Superman or Predator, basically.
So, but you didn't stick with the indies though.
No, I went down the DC road for whatever reason, and now I have a decent DC collection. I have a few Dark Horse, but I still to this day I don't have only Marvel. But that's a good segue. That brings me into
share.
Yeah. Let me bring in my share here. So let me figure out which camera it is. So it is this one.
Nice.
It is DC Marvel combo. So it is Green Lantern Silver Surfer, autographed by Ron Mars at a 9.8. So that's pretty cool.
I've never seen that. How cool is that?
Yeah. So this is a cool story. If you're into, like, obviously Green Lanterns, this is a book for you. But if you ever wonder what it would be like, Green Lantern fighting Thanos, this is the book for you.
Nice.
And so you have Thanos and Parallax team up.
Dang.
That's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
What year did that come out?
1995.
Wow.
So this is a pretty cool book.
That?
I got a couple on here. So let's go with this one's really cool. If I can get this without them all toppling down. Perfect. Okay.
Did you press any books yourself?
I did. I don't have any of them slabbed at the moment.
Dude.
This one's pretty awesome too. So this one is the Dark Knight's Medal #1, graded at a 9.4, and it's autographed by maybe this is going to top over. This is autographed by Greg Capullo, Jonathan Galpin, I can never remember how to say his name, Scott Snyder, and if you look real close, see if I can get it to say it up here. It might not focus, but it's from the personal collection of Scott Snyder.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
How did you get that?
I don't think I can disclose that. But it's pretty cool. It's pretty awesome. It's a lot of fun collecting, and this is the only personal collection book that I have that's from someone's personal collection. But I definitely, now I know the secret, and I'm going to do it more. I'm going to get a couple more, not a whole lot, but just a few.
Does it say Scott Snyder collection, or does it say Scott Snyder pedigree, or
no, it says, see if I can say it right there, from the personal collection of Scott Snyder.
Nice, that's sick.
Yeah, so this was his. Pretty cool. So that's awesome. I've got, this one's actually really cool. This one is sticking on the Dark Knight Metal Batman Who Laughs train. This one is the Batman Who Laughs #1. The Matthew Mayhem Ultimate Edition. And what's nice about this one is, if you can see the top, see if I can bring it in here. This one, it might be a little hard to see because the print's real fine, but it says the entire print run was verified by CBCS and was reduced to 250 9.8 graded copies. The accepted industry practice of complimentary overprint did take place. And my witness signature is Mike Mayhew. And this is number 169 out of 250. So that's kind of neat.
Dude, that is super neat, man. That is super nice.
Yeah, so that one's pretty cool. I've got, see if I can wiggle this around here. I need this one. So I've got.
Dude, I love those graphics, man.
Yeah, that's sick.
Yeah. So I've got autographs up here in the corner. Iowa flag variant up there for my Iowa homies. And I've got, just random slabs up here. So slabs up on the wall. So yeah, I've got quite the collection of autographs. Here, I'll show you the first drawer here. If I can, there we go. So we look, this whole thing is all autographs.
That is crazy, bro.
All the way up to here. So this whole side plus this over here.
That is nuts.
It's all autographs. I mean, we got some Dark Days, The Forge in here.
Love that issue.
All-Star Batman. What else? Some cool number ones like Cyborg.
That is nuts, bro.
Even some random ones like, this one's cool.
What's that? Planet of the what? Of the Apes?
Yeah, Green Lanterns and Planet of the Apes. It's a story that just doesn't need to exist, but
it does.
I was like, I got to get it autographed. It's too cool.
Dude, I like how they did. I like how DC did the Looney Tunes crossover.
Yeah.
I
got Dark Side War Batman. I've got a lot of autographs, and here's in fact this whole stack. Like, here's the book I just showed. This whole stack is nothing but autographs. So we got the Ray, the Atom, Killer Frost. They're all here.
Dude, I've never seen any of those books. Wow.
Justice League of America Rebirth #1. Yeah, so like I said, I didn't know what the etiquette was, so I just brought like a truckload of books. It was like, will you sign all my cool books? And they're like, yeah, we'll sign all your books. So I ended up getting, throughout the years, I ended up getting several dozen at a time autographed. Here's cool. Batman Damned #1, autographed by Brian Azzarello.
Nice.
Fuck.
Yeah. Funny story about this book. So I'm at Baltimore Comic Con getting this autographed. And like I said, I'm pretty exclusive to CBCS. They don't do magazine slabs yet. This guy, I'm coming out of line, and he's like, dude, I will give you $250 cash right now for this book. And he like held out the money. He was like, nah, I'm good. I don't really sell my autographs, and really wants his book.
What's going on, Hialeah?
I messed up. I was so entrenched in the freaking conversation.
So yeah, that's I got a lot of autographs, man. I got autographs for days. And so just sit here and
what happened with the guy?
I told him, politely, thanks, but no thanks. But he was like pretty persistent, and I think he ended up finding someone that wanted to sell it. But I got that book before the hype. Like, I pre-ordered it way before it came out. Right. But luckily, my LCS is, if you have a box, they'll give it to you for cover price, no matter if it's going for $1,000 on eBay. Like, I think it was at one point, like a couple $100 at least.
Yeah.
Batman Damned.
So they don't raise the prices on you at your shop. That's a good shop then.
Yeah. I'm very fortunate where I live. I got two really good shops. One that's my home LCS, and two I go for if I'm looking for a specific variant. I like to stay local as much as possible, but if I can't, then I'll jump online somewhere.
That's crazy, bro. Dude, I don't think we've had anybody on that has as many freaking autographs.
Yeah. I believe that. I have not met anyone that has as many autographs. And that's not, oh, look at me, I have all these autographs, I'm cool. But it's just like I said, it just kind of happened. It wasn't was I didn't set out to make that goal happen. It just kind of happened.
Well, do you remember who your first autograph was?
Yeah, do you remember?
Yes. Man, maybe not. Oh yeah, I do. And it is right here. Oh, it's stuck in there, but that's okay. It is right up there.
Well,
See if I can take it down. Oh, it's gonna come down. Okay, cool.
awesome.
So it was this Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles authorized training manual.
That's sick.
Kevin Eastman was at the Comic-Con, and I was like, man, I don't collect Ninja Turtles, but I freaking love the Ninja Turtles. I got to get something. So I was at my LCS, and they had this for a couple of bucks, and I bought it. And what's great about Kevin Eastman is he'll sign whatever whatever book you have for nothing. Everyone gets one free one, so I use my free one on this, and it's like how to do the ninja moves with the weapons. So that's what this book is.
And he did the remark.
Yeah, he'd like the Ninja Turtle head. See if I can get it. Yeah, you can kind of see it there.
That's sick.
Yeah,
I love Kevin Eastman.
Yeah, he's such a very nice guy. And I was like, dude, I had so many Ninja Turtle action figures growing up. I paid for your edition on your house, probably.
Wow. Are you the one that lives by us, or he used to live by us?
I think he's somewhere around Florida. I know he came and did an appearance at our LCS one time.
Oh, that's so cool.
I missed the vote on that, man. I should have done that.
He did the Dark Knight 3 variant.
Yeah.
There's a
Did he
couple
really?
at the shop. Yeah.
That's kind of cool. I gotta see that. I didn't know he was doing Batman variant.
Maybe you'll have one coming your way.
Awesome. I'll get it autographed.
I didn't one on that day.
But I would say outside of DC, I have kind of a big Alien and Predator fan. So I've got the first Alien, the first Predator, the first Alien versus Predator, stuff like that. But other than that, it's like 99% DC, with like the exception of Green Lantern, Silver Surfer. But I think I do have somewhere DC versus Marvel autograph.
Okay.
Somewhere hidden in here.
Single Marvel book. That's insane.
Not a single one, man. Nothing. And Marvel fans, definitely let me know. Hey, where's the Marvel? No love for this character? Like, sorry, bro. Yeah, it's in here somewhere. That's the bad part about having autographs. You're like, I know I have it. I just don't remember the last time I saw it.
The other day, Tim showed a haul that he got some Marvel in, and I was like, oh my God, my head's going to blow up. I think I'm going to feel the same way with you whenever you show a Marvel book and stuff.
Yeah. Is this an alternate universe?
Yeah, it's Bizarro me. It's Earth 2 me. He's into Marvel.
You recently did an Aliens show too. I'm a huge fan of the Aliens, man. I
did. I had
series. I love them. I love it.
Jimmy Lee. If you haven't seen that video, go check it out on my channel. That guy has an entire room dedicated to nothing but Alien and Predator.
Wow.
I mean, everything. Even the jacket he was wearing had a Weyland Yutani Corporation patch on it. I mean, this guy is like crazy, enthusiast for Alien and Predator.
He had the movie poster in back of him. I saw that.
Yeah, I had to when my wife and I bought this house, the negotiation was I can get into whatever I wanted. It just can't go past the door. So I have to be careful about space. So I have to think do I really want to get into something else? Yeah. Do I really want to spend money? I'm running out of wall space, because I got all my books on the wall. So I can't really hang up any, posters or anything cool. So if it fits in the file cabinet, that's great, but I can't really go past that.
Dude, you know why I'm laughing? Because I kind of had the same deal with my wife.
Yeah.
We got the house, we got our place, I get a room, and I can't go anywhere. It can't freaking trickle out of my
my room. This room's actually fairly small. When we moved in, the previous owners had this as like all storage. It was all full of like shelving and stuff. So I took that all down. And at the time, was also working from home a little bit, so I needed a place where I can just dedicate to work. And my wife, she's a nurse, so she works days, nights, weekends, holidays. So her schedule was all over the place, and I needed a place away from her so she could sleep when she needed to. So that's how I got this room. And now we have a 1-year-old. So
nice.
She's got. Luckily, we have plenty of bedrooms. Believe me. But hopefully, we only have one kid. Not like. Shout out to the boy who had 7, but I can't do it, man. God bless you for having 7.
How has that changed your life so far?
Good. It's like I've heard the best analogy is like it's like having a pet that learns how to talk and take care of itself. And I was like, that makes sense. Because how like people dress up their little dogs, whatever, like, oh, look at my little dog in a t-shirt. I'm the same way, like, yep, baby needs a Flash shirt, a Superman shirt, Wonder Woman shirt.
Hey, David Enriquez is asking if you got an Instagram page, and I was noticing that same thing on your Instagram page. The reverse Flash, that was hilarious. I loved it.
My baby's a villain. My baby's a villain. Yes, I do have an Instagram page. It is Tony Fett _talks. Definitely check out. That picture's really funny because if you remember the Flash TV show on the CW, when Eobard Thawne gets there, he says, some people would say, I'm a good person, but others would say I'm the reverse. So the caption I put for my baby was, some people would say she's a good baby, but others would say she's the reverse. She's got like a reverse Flash shirt on.
I loved it.
Cool.
I loved it, dude. Hey, 84's got a question for you, man.
Yep.
Have there been Marvel books that you've wanted but passed on because you don't want to break the streak of 0 Marvel?
I've never come across a book where I wanted it so bad that I bought it. I've had the opportunity to buy several big Marvel books, and it's just I've never had any interest in it. Mm-hmm. I've had my hands on a Hulk 181 before that someone was trying to sell me. It's just like,
it's not your
sorry, man. It's not that it's not going to fit my collection. It's just like I have no attachment to it. Just it doesn't tickle my fancy. Doesn't butter my bread.
Hey, I hope you don't get offended, but I feel the same way about DC, man. I'm more Marvel and independence, and I totally agree. There's certain DCs that I got, but they're very few. I'm very picky as well as for that. I would like to get more, but I don't want to spend the money on it. It's doesn't butter my bread. Exactly. Perfect. Hey, and talking about Boy Who Had 7, he just popped in.
Hey, Matt, what's up, buddy? We just shouted you out. Yeah, that's
Hero and the Kid. Awesome.
Yeah, there's some people that they don't really care for DC or Marvel. They only collect independents.
Indies, yeah.
So it's like, hey, man, as long as people are buying books,
exactly,
get into whatever you want, man.
There's people that just buy covers, they just, it's variants and they never read it. They just buy it for, who cares, man? That's awesome.
That is one thing that bothers me is, everything gets a variant now.
Oh, okay. You want to talk about that? I'll talk about that.
I could talk about that subject, till I'm blue in the face. Not everything needs a variant. Look at Batman 50, from this Rebirth line.
Oh, man.
What did it get? A few hundred variants? Like, why? It should be A, B, maybe, super cool collector's edition, cover C, and then that should be really it.
And that's it. I'm in total agreement. Have you ever looked to see how many variants of Vampirella book gets?
No, I haven't, but I heard that Vampirella's up there for variants too.
It's like into the T's. What is that? I mean, how much Vampirella do you really need, or Red Sonia?
The only big variant that I got. Oh yeah, I do have this book too. Real quick, I'll show you.
Hey, wait up. Hey, Matt, Boy Who Had 7. He wants to ask you, what did you guys say? It wasn't us. It was Tony.
It was me. I was. So we're talking about kids, and I said, God bless, Matt, the boy who had 7, who had 7, 1, is I'm good. I'm good. But I mean, more power to you. I had like 7 siblings growing up, so I'm good. I'm good with just the one. So my family's huge.
Awesome.
But I have this really cool Batman book here. It is
Real quick.
Batman.
Mark, we didn't mean to offend you. Buying cover art is perfectly fine. I do it myself. I think there's too much.
Hey, as long as you're buying books, man, doesn't matter how you buy them.
It's all good, Mark.
Joey says Vampirella Butters. Hey, can't go wrong with that.
There you go. All right, man. I'm sorry about that.
That's okay. That's okay. So I have this Batman blank book.
Nice.
The cover's blank, the pages are blank, everything is blank in this book. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna fill this with signatures and sketches and whatnot. So on this book, I've managed to collect Tom King, Lee Weeks, Brian Azzarello, Peter Tomasi, and Mitch Gradis. So that's my long-term goal. That's what I'm gonna do. And this, my 300 autographs, this counts as one. So this has, a couple autographs on it, but this only counts as one.
Yeah, I get you. Yeah, it's only one book.
Yeah, only one book.
Hey, man, I met Tomasi. He's a super nice guy as well.
Super nice guy. Very nice guy. I've met him many occasions. Very cool. But I would say the coolest non-comic book artist, non-comic book person I met was the guy who played Alfred in Gotham TV series. I can't remember his name, but he's a cool dude.
You met him at a con?
Yeah, I met him at a con, not on purpose. I get the appeal that celebrities are cool, but I'm not I got to go get a celebrity from or an autograph from the celebrities. That's not for me. But he was in the Pizza Hut line right in front of me. So we chatted for a few minutes while we got pizza. So that was kind of cool.
Dude, that's cool. I feel the same way about the celebrities.
Kevin Conroy was at a con once. At one of the cons that we went to once, and it was cool walking by him and seeing him, but I didn't go up there and talk to him.
That's like when we went to SuperCon. It was the Warriors movie.
Yeah.
Swan was there. I forget what the guy's name is. Swan was there, but
okay, yeah.
He was charging $50. I got to talk to him and I had a conversation with him, but when it got time to pay for $50 for his autograph, it was like, man.
Yeah, $50 is a little extreme for me.
A little extreme, man. So I had to pass.
Yeah, $50. I have no problem, paying a couple of bucks to represent a charity for an autograph, but I think the most I've ever paid was like $2 for a signature.
Oh, that's amazing! With all those signatures.
Yeah,
that's amazing, bro.
$2. Yeah, I don't go crazy, because cons are expensive. There's other stuff I want to do.
Yeah, there's other stuff you want to buy.
But that's insane that you have that many and you've never really paid.
I mean, if there's a donation bucket, I've always thrown in. Gotcha. I think $1 a signature is more than fair. Or even if the writer or the artist, if it goes straight into the pocket, I got no problem with it.
Yeah.
But if you get into like Neil Adams, where he's $50 for one signature.
The only person I paid for was Stanley. I paid. But I'm glad I did. I wish I would have met him, but I gave it to my shop and my shop took care of it. And I'm glad I did, but I can't imagine doing that again.
Yeah, that's $50. I mean, that's just crazy. Speaking of $50, I have a Batman book that is signed by Neil Adams. So when we were at Baltimore Comic Con, and if anyone has been to Baltimore Comic Con in the last few years, JB's in the house. Maybe he'll know what I'm talking about. For some reason, the last couple of years, people have yanked the fire alarm.
Really?
I don't know why. But yeah, so I was actually in Neil Adams' booth, just happened to be looking at some other stuff that he had for sale. Fire alarm went off. Everyone's evacuated. My friend was getting a Neil Adams signature. And at the end of the signature, he's like, hey, can you boys help me pack up some of the stuff and follow me to the back? I was like, sure, like hanging out with Neil Adams. So we're grabbing the stuff and we're just walking out with Neil Adams. And we put the stuff down and we're just hanging out, waiting for the all clear. So we were in the back of the convention, like the back door outside, hanging out with Neil Adams.
Yeah.
And here comes David Finch and Tom King, hanging out, joking, having a good time. And I was like, dude, I know who you guys are, like, awesome. And they're like, yeah, you guys got any books or something you want me to sign? I was like, I couldn't get my books out fast enough.
Oh my God.
So that's why I have like a whole bunch of Batman books, like all from Tom King, because that's what I mean. I brought the whole run because I didn't know any better. And he signed all my books for nothing.
Oh,
so I have
man.
2 Neil Adams signatures that normally are $50 a piece.
Yeah.
I got for nothing. And had my friend waited like 30 seconds, he would have not had to pay $50.
Oh, dude, that's a great story, man.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Awesome.
Yeah, I'll never forget that. That was really fun.
Dude, how
awesome
is that? Dude, that was being at the right time. Yeah, you're happy.
Just by dumb luck.
Yeah.
And the next year, someone pulled the fire alarm again. Nothing cool happened.
Yeah.
You weren't at the right spot.
No.
You didn't time it right that time. You met any community members at the cons?
Yeah, I met up with Comic Core last year. I met JB, Discovery Bay last year. I met Mastodon. I met lots of folks.
We had Mastodon on last week.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Mastodon.
Mastodon's
He's local to me too. He lives close.
Cool.
I think he's within an hour or two.
Dave Enriquez is asking, is there a creator singer you don't have that you are waiting to get?
Oh man. Yes. But the list is too long. But right off my head, I would say Colin Bunn and
Nice.
Tom Taylor.
Okay.
Because Colin Bunn does Sinestro, or he did Sinestro when it was New 52. And Sinestro is one of my favorite bad guys.
Nice.
So I have that whole run, and I'm just like, I would love to get him to sign my Sinestro #1. And I have a gigantic Sinestro poster that's like this size. I mean, this thing's huge, this poster.
Yeah, that poster is huge. I've seen that.
I can't, if I had my whole arms out, I couldn't hold it all. It's huge. So that's what I want. I want him to sign my poster, my #1, and Tom Taylor. He does a lot of Injustice stuff. And I do a lot of Injustice stuff. I love Injustice. I'm a big multiversity fan, big fan of the DC multiverse.
Nice. Me too. You like that? You have that Grant Morrison multiversity run, and that the first book with the baby Batman, and he meets like the other Batman, and the Commandy story tied into there. Yep. I love that book. My favorite Earth is Earth 27. Which one's that one?
That is Thunder Earth. That means the only superheroes that exist have Shazam powers.
Oh, that's cool.
It's called Thunder Earth.
Nice.
Dude, you're getting Chinese right now to me.
Do you know off the top of your head what Earth Captain Carrot's from?
I think he's Earth 29.
29, all right.
I think, if I remember correctly. I know what they had an opportunity on the Flash TV show. They could have done for just a brief second. They did an alternate version of the Flash called the Accelerated Man. Cool. He's from Earth 19. And I was like, man, because that's such a good run. That's such a cool story about Earth 19. I could go on and on. I'd talk forever just about Earth 19.
No, I really like how in Metal they threw in, the lady had the map, and then it was just blackness, and then she turned it around, and it was, Grant Morrison's map, and I was like, oh man, this is sick.
That's what I love about DC Multiverse. Like, it's just bizarre, but they stick to it.
Yeah.
It's just, they just let everybody do whatever they want, and it's automatically canon.
It's awesome. I really dig it.
Your love, it just comes out, man. I could see the joy that you get from it, man, and the stories. And look at all the freaking universe. Oh, dude, it's awesome to watch, man.
Yeah. One of the things on the retro review show that we're considering is doing like this big multiversity thing. talking about the multiverse, and I have a really cool idea. So, Bug, Dave, Comic Food 2418, and Tim the Comic Collector. Tell me you wanted to talk about the DC multiverse and multiversity, because I have this really big show that I want to do, and it's going to be funny, and it's going to be hilarious, and it's going to be epic.
Nice, that sounds awesome.
And I really want them to do it because it just came to me one day. I was laying in bed and we just got done talking about it, and like, yeah, we should do that. And I was like, oh my god, if we do it, I gotta do this. It's gonna be so cool.
Dude, does that happen to you after you do like a show? You're still freaking feel like you're still having the conversation after the show's done, and you're in bed, and I could have said this and I could have said that, and I'm getting ideas.
Yeah, that does happen. I'm like, man, I should have said this, should have said that. But mostly it's, my wife is complaining about how I wake her up in the middle of the night.
How does she feel about all this, man?
She's okay. Don't break the bank. Get into whatever you're into. Just keep it in here. If it goes out the door, there's a problem.
Dude, that's awesome, man.
As long as I'm in here, this is it. No one can bother me.
That's cool.
Like,
I'm fortunate because, we just redid this space because we were doing other space. We said, why not? And I was able to soundproof this. There's no windows in this room.
Oh, shit.
Climate controlled. It's in a basement. There's no humidity in here. So I'm pretty fortunate. My books are safe. Got 2 giant fireproof safes, bro.
Yeah.
Good.
We're getting close to the hour mark, but I got 2 questions.
Sure.
Been wanting to ask. Is it cold over there? Because you got the beanie
me not really being from Minnesota and Iowa, I know what it's like to be cold when it's like you go into school and it's like 20 below zero. That's cold.
Yeah.
Or when it's so cold, all 4 of your tires are flat. That's cold. It's in the 40s here. I'm wearing shorts. I was outside today in shorts.
Yeah. Dude, the basement. Yeah.
Yeah, but just in the basement, I like to just wear hoodies. I don't know why. Yeah. Even it'll be July, and I'll be wearing this.
Dude, I would love the 40s right now, man. We're already getting into the 90s down here.
Oh,
I was talking to when I was in the army. This guy from Los Angeles, and he would complain like, "Oh, it's so cold back home. It's in the 60s." I'm like, "Shut up, bro! I'll punch you in the face."
Perfect weather for me, man. The 60s. God, even the 40s, I like. I like the cold. I've never lived in it. Like what you just said, the 4 tires, flat tire. I don't know that experience. I didn't know that happened.
I've decided many times, growing up, it's just like it's not worth it. You can just should just take a snowmobile to work. Why
not? Awesome, man. And you also had the show where you were like pitting people against each other, right?
Yes, and that's coming up soon. Nice. In fact, we have a contender for the title. Discovery Bay Comics is in the house, and he is going up against Lady Fantastic, and that's from Nucadia. It's a big online comic book store. It's like Amazon for comic books.
Okay,
check it out. So we got gift cards from there. So Discovery Bay and Lady Fantastic will be getting $50 gift cards to Nucadia.com. And we'll see what they get. And it's literally you just vote for whoever has the coolest books.
That's awesome.
They go to the site and they get the books.
Yeah. What's great is they get to keep the books, whatever they want. And grand prize is something cool that I can't really disclose, but
how many episodes have you had of that? I saw that. I think Discovery, didn't he go up against Jabroni?
Yeah, Discovery and Jabroni. Jabroni lost the first round, so he was out right away.
How many rounds are you having? How far is this going?
We're at the final round. This is it. So right now I'm just waiting on the gift cards and waiting for coronavirus to end. So I think Nucadia is shipping this week or next week. I can't remember, but so that's coming soon. That'll be a lot of fun.
I'll be looking out for that, man. That sounds like
I didn't know
it worked.
Yeah, that's how it is. They literally get gift cards, they buy books, and then it's literally just who bought the coolest books, A or B. You vote. And then like I said, there's a grand prize, and then there's like this really cool other thing that's happening because of it. newkatie.com is cool. I did have a conversation with a few individuals at New Cadia, and they are definitely coming up with some cool other ideas that myself will be involved with, and
Nice.
some other YouTubers that I hope will be involved with. So that'll be a lot of fun. Looking forward to it. It's gonna be fun.
Dude, honestly, I don't know why you don't have more subs.
There's a great reason I'll have more subs, and it's because I am like not consistent at all. I'm trying to get better. And it's you guys. I'm sure you guys understand being YouTubers. Like you'll get like 10 subs in a day. You'll be like, yeah, 10 subs, and then like you lose 15 the next day. You're like,
yeah,
what just happened?
Yeah. Hey, that's all good though, man. Keep putting out your. I'm not consistent at all. You know, I just try and put out content when I want. But you said it earlier. You said as long as you're keeping it fun and doing it for fun and why you want to do it, then that's what it's all about.
Yeah, Conquistadork has the coolest name out of anybody I've seen.
Thanks,
that is
man.
So cool.
Appreciate it.
That's awesome.
If it's not fun, it's not. But you got great shows, man. I was surprised how many different shows you have on your channel.
There's even another one coming out, but coronavirus ruined that too. I just finished editing episode 1 of Panels of the Keystone, and that's where I travel around the state and go to different comic book shops and talk to the owner and film random B-roll footage in the store. But I wanted to get a few episodes before I drop it.
Yeah,
because time can sometimes be a factor, but that's like going to be super edited, super in depth, lots of professional stuff.
Nice.
But yeah, that's one thing that's coming out that I'm looking forward to. The new Cadia stuff. Like I said, every week on Friday, I'm doing showing off my gigantic autograph collection. This Friday we have Superman and Supergirl autographs. Next Friday is all Green Lantern. So definitely, if you're into those, if you're into autographs, check it out.
And let me ask you a question. You saying Sinestro and all that? Do you have you go after the first appearance of these characters, or?
I would love to, but some of them are thousands.
Yeah.
Much as I would love to get something like that, it's probably like I'm not gonna get like a Sinestro #1,
right? Because
I think that book alone is like $2,500 for one that's in okay shape.
I would imagine that's a big book.
Yeah, Sinestro is a big one. I finally got my first, Black Adam and DC continuity a while ago. So that one, I actually got that one via trade. So we're good. So I got at least one that I wanted. Many more of them out there.
How does it feel to be interviewed, dude?
It's good. I can just lay back and let someone else make some mistakes for a while. I'm sick of making all the mistakes.
But isn't it kind of easy when it's just talking about you?
Yeah. It is. It's a lot easier when you're just talking about yourself. And one thing that I enjoy doing is I want to show my cool comic book collection. As collectors, we all do. We want to be like, look at this cool book that I have.
Yeah.
But I don't ever get to show off my books unless it's on YouTube. No one's coming into my house looking at my books. I don't have, like I said, none of my friends are into books. All of my friends are sports people. So
I'm the same.
Whatever.
I got one friend and the friends that I've met through YouTube,
Yeah.
But that's about it, man. Nobody when a few of my friends have come, they're like, "Oh my God, I would sell this in a minute." All this and sports and put up, a pool table and I'll be good. And yeah, no. And my wife just looks at it like, the kid's inheritance.
I will show you this one thing before we take off.
Yeah,
I would love to get this autograph someday, and I almost did. I was 1 day short.
What do you mean 1 day short?
I ordered it in the mail, and I was going to take it to a convention and get it autographed, but it came 1 day late, and I missed it.
Oh, man.
So this is I'll pull it out here.
Oh, I see what that is. That's sick.
It is the Dark Knight's Metal vinyl record soundtrack.
That's awesome.
Yeah. and I almost got it signed by Scott Snyder and Greg Capullo.
Wow.
I missed it by literally hours. So someday I will get this bad boy signed.
And that plays music? That has music on it?
Yeah. I've never heard of these people, but it does.
Yeah, they did songs for each of the villains, I think.
Yeah, I think so.
Each of the incarnations of the Batman.
I haven't seen a picture disc in forever. I used to have a few picture discs back when I was a teenager.
Picture disc? And vinyl?
Yeah, on vinyl, man. I used to have I won't say who I had. Well, I had Vanity. She had a picture disc and I just loved it. You guys don't even know who Vanity is.
Yeah. That's for another show. Hi.
Hey, you might do. She was like one of Princess from Minnesota. She was one of his chicks. She was the one right before Apollonia. She did Vanity 6. Yeah, she was the disciple of Prince. So that's a little connection.
Very cool.
Yeah. Are you excited for the new Dark Knight's death metal series that's going to be coming out?
You know what is? I'm going to be honest with you. DC could slap a Batman logo on a giant pile of buffalo dung, and I would probably pay money to see it.
Get it autographed and get it autographed.
I will get it autographed by the buffalo as well. Yeah, I admit it that I'm a DC fanboy. Anything DC puts out to me is good. I'm in the minority. I loved Batman v Superman movie. I love the Suicide Squad movie. I love the Justice League movie. I admit they could be better, but they're movies. You know, who cares?
They're entertaining.
Yeah. You're at a movie theater. What did you think was going to see? A cure for cancer? Not going to happen.
Dude, you named the show perfectly. The fanboys.
Dave, I got to give all the credit to Dave and Tim. They were the original guys. They asked me to be a part of it way after the fact that it started.
Dude, that's awesome, bro.
So kudos to them.
Tim is an awesome guy, man.
Yeah. Tim's a cool dude. Tim
great.
has like a random assortment of books.
Yeah.
Funny.
But a ton.
I like his little closet that he's in. He always feel like he's like right here and he's doing a show and he like can barely fit inside of it. He literally does his shows in a closet.
Yeah, we saw it. And then he tells you the amount of books that he has, and it's like, where, dude? You're in a closet.
Yeah, he's got like books right here. He's got short boxes. He's like flipping through stuff all the time. He's over here grabbing stuff too. No, he's always like right here. I always feel so bad for him.
And now he's getting into the action figures, bro. I don't know if he wants to go down that road, man.
I would love to go down that road, but I know that's a road for which there is no return.
Yeah, definitely, for sure.
And I'm busting at the seams already with just comics.
And your wife will kill you if you.
She will. She will. She'll make me sell it, and then I'll be like, "Well, let's just tear it on the wall. Let's expand it." I know what she'll say. What books are you going to sell to pay for it? I say none. We're just gonna do it.
It's hard to sell, man. Right?
I've never sold. I've traded here and there, but I've never sold.
I don't know how people do it, man. I feel like every book that comes in, it's like, oh my god, I want to let it go.
I had a really cool Spider-Man book that someone traded. It was included in the trade, and I traded it back to somebody else like immediately. And I don't know, but it was Spider-Man #1 or whatever. But it was a good Spider-Man key, and I was like, I don't care.
Take this.
I was like, what am I gonna do with this?
Give me more books.
You stick to your laurels. No Marvel.
Well, no, I would love to collect Marvel. I love the X-Men. They're cool.
Really?
But dude, like, look at me. Like, if I start collecting Marvel, like, that's gonna be it for me, man. Like, I'm gonna grow out of this room in like a week, and then my collection, my hobby's over.
Yeah, stay in your lane, bro. Stay in your lane.
Yeah, I gotta sell everything and start over. That's the whole thing. Once you get to this, you fill the space. You gotta sell all your books and start over.
Starts from scratch.
Yep.
Well, at least you know it, man. Some people don't. You know.
Yeah, that's like I said. If I had more room, maybe someday in the future I'll have more room. Then I can collect Marvel. But right now, can't do it because I'll never be able to fully scratch that itch. It's like with all of us in our books, like, oh, you get one, you got to get the whole run. That's me. I got to get the whole run.
I'm lucky I'm not that way, dude.
That's why I don't do mystery boxes, because I'll be like, man, this one looks like a great read. Oh, 400 issues came with this. I got to buy all 400. I don't do mystery boxes.
I don't either, dude. I don't either.
For that one reason. I'd love to, but I can't. If I go down that black hole, I'm not coming back.
Yeah, there's too many books out there.
It's not a mystery box, but somebody's selling books.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah, you go for it. There's no time, there's no shame in plugging it. Let's go for it.
Yeah, man, selling books by Instagram, Conquistadork Javi. Go check it out. I have a whole bunch of books for sale there, and I'll be posting more books on there within the next week. You can kind of like build your own box type of style. Choose which books you like and then claim it in the comments. And then, I'll go ahead and ship them out to you. Let me know what you're looking for if you're looking for anything specific. I'll try and complete those runs and, find those missing issues that you're looking for.
I'm looking for the miscellaneous issues for my 1973 Shazam run. Looking for a
Great
decent
run.
It is. I'm looking for a decent copy of New Gods #1.
Also a great run.
Yeah, there's a lot I'm missing. If I have to focus on like 2 or 3 runs at a time because it's overwhelming.
Yeah.
Dude, I think your head's in the right place. Where not to go. You know where to. It's like, stay in your lane, and that's awesome, dude.
You gotta have your blinders on.
Yeah.
Don't look around. Don't look around. Just focus. Yep. Just go. You don't. If you start looking around,
you know yourself. You know yourself.
I know myself. I absolutely know myself. If I've got $10 and I'm at a comic book store, I'm not walking out with $10 bill. I'm walking out with $10 worth of books.
Books, man. Exactly.
That's why I don't go into Second and Charles. They sell comic books. I don't do it because their comic book selection is ginormous. And I'll be in there for 8 hours and, think of it this way. A monkey can't sell bananas.
Yeah.
A monkey can't sell bananas. And that's the same thing. Like that's why I don't do a lot of stuff. That's why I don't collect Marvel. That's why I don't work at a comic book store. Like, that's not a job where you make money. That's a job that costs money.
Yeah, I can see that. Certain people are trying to push me in that direction, and I see it the same way. How am I going to get paid working at a shop? I'll just spend it all here, man. It's like I won't be bringing anything home.
I mean, when I retire and I got that really nice government pension coming, then I don't care. Then I'll work at the comic book store because I just get first dibs on everything.
That's a good way to look at it too. Maybe I'll start looking at it this way to get some money.
Yeah, you don't work full time at a comic book store and have money. Those two things don't exist.
They don't exist, man. You got anything else going on?
That's it. Oh yeah, sorry, you said him. Sorry.
This Thursday we might have a live stream on the Conquistadork channel. I got to get with Hialeah. If you want to hop on with us, maybe we'll do like a book review show or something, or just a hangout show.
Tomorrow I won't be able to, man. Tomorrow's the NFL draft, and that's like one of those Christmas things for me.
Yeah.
Who's your team?
I'm sorry?
Who's your team?
The Raiders. I'm a Raider fan.
So you're excited for Las Vegas Raiders?
Yes, definitely. I am. I didn't want to see them leave, but I'm excited to see them in a new stadium, man. They deserve it, and man,
dude, I'm telling you, in the next 10 years, the Raiders are going to be the team to beat.
I think so. Vegas is going to be. Vegas needs a team, man, and I'm happy it's them. I'm happy it's them, but yeah, I'm excited about that tomorrow. We'll see what happens. But I don't care. Let's see what happens.
Vikings could draft Jesus in the first round. It wouldn't make a damn bit of difference. They'd never win. I'm just so used to a legacy of failure. It doesn't matter.
Dude, it could be worse, man. You could be Detroit.
Yeah, but see, Detroit doesn't care. Like, they know they suck. They're just like, but see, Minnesota, they tease you. They'll do really good. So many times in my lifetime, Minnesota has been to the NFC Championship, lost every single one. Like this past year when the Eagles won the Super Bowl.
Uh-huh.
Like, Vikings were the team to beat in the NFL. the Super Bowl was in Minnesota.
Yeah.
They were going to be the first team to host a Super Bowl in their own stadium. And my wife, the stars were aligning. My wife said I could go to the Super Bowl. I had my credit card ready. I was going to the Super Bowl, like not like tailgating in the parking lot. No, I was going inside. I was getting whatever seat I could, but I'm watching my team in the Super Bowl.
Wow, dude.
Nope. God's like, yeah, just kidding, bro.
Hey, nothing. I know that hurts, but do you remember when they were 15-1 and they lost to Atlanta?
Yep. Wide right. Gary Anderson.
Oh my God.
Perfect year round.
How did that team not go to the Super Bowl, man?
So many times I can tell you Minnesota's been to the playoffs and the kicker is like, oh, he's been like 90%. As soon as they say this kicker is 90% accurate, I'm like, well, we just lost. Boom, kicks it. He's maybe 20 yards out and it looks like, he just kicked it with his left foot for some reason. It's complete opposite direction. It's like,
dude, you just said it, man. Gary Anderson didn't miss a kick that whole year. I think he was an all-pro that year.
Yep.
And dude, that team was stacked, bro.
It's the only one he missed all season, and it was the one to go to the Super Bowl.
That team was stacked, man.
And I think on NFL Network, teams that should have a ring that didn't. Yeah. I think that was like number 2.
Yeah, that team is definitely
98 Vikings.
15-1, man. They had Randy Moss, they had Chris Carter. They were stacked.
Dude, Randy Moss. I got to see Randy Moss his rookie season, and then watch him on Thanksgiving and in Dallas on TV. He got 3 touchdowns in the first half alone.
Yeah, like 5 catches and 3 touchdowns.
Yeah. For a while, he was sitting at 3 catches, 300 yards, 3 touchdowns. And I'm just like, who is this guy?
Crazy, man. Hey, what do you got coming up? I know you got a lot of stuff coming up.
A lot of stuff. Every Saturday we got the retro review. Every Friday I have autographs on my channel. Just odds and ends here and there, trying to stay consistent. But nothing right now. Waiting for the whole coronavirus thing to blow over, man.
Yeah.
Not that I, in a hurry to get back to the office, but LCS has got to open. Thank God it's not football season because
oh my God, I can't imagine.
I'd be bald right now because I tear all my hair out.
Hey, anything happened good is that the pandemic hit now. Can you imagine if it would hit like in October? In the middle of football season, oh my God, I'll be pulling out my hair, whatever little hair I got left.
Yeah. Someone's looking out for football fans.
Yeah. You do the fantasy football too?
I do, but I'm terrible at it. I make the top half possible.
Nice. Maybe you should join my league. My league is tough.
Just a bunch of Cleveland Brown impressions. 0-20.
Got you. Okay. What do I got coming up? I am super excited. Javi, I got invited to Life with 2 YouTubers. I'm going to do the Isle of.
Nice. I saw that.
I am super excited. Talk something besides comics and stuff. And I cannot wait. It's going to be the Isle of Cuba. Although I was born in the U.S., my parents came over from Cuba, so I can't wait to hang out with them, with Rena and Cade?
Rena, Cade, and Sharon, yeah.
Yeah, Sharon. I cannot wait, man. So looking forward to that. Even my daughter's excited, man. I told her about it, and she's excited.
Oh, I mean, she should join you if she can.
Yeah, I don't know if she'll be here, man, but I hope she'll be watching. I think she'll get a kick out of it.
That'd be awesome, yeah.
But, man, hey, Tony, thank you so much for coming on, bro. I'm glad
you guys.
I'm glad you didn't get offended when we started this. I'm glad it's 24 episodes in and, you're over it.
Dude, I think you guys are like 15 episodes ahead of me, and I've been doing it a little bit longer.
You've been doing it long, but thank you so much for coming in. Man, amazing chat today. Thank you, everyone. It's too many to name, but, great. G-Ray, Sharon, 84, Biggie, Disco.
Yeah, Zach B was in here, Dave Enrique, Immortal.
Man Cave. God, thank you guys all so much. I'm sorry if I missed anyone, and I know I did. But thank you. If you're watching this on replay, like, subscribe, do all that good stuff. But most of all, enjoy it. Love doing this. And we'll see you guys Next week, our guest is going to be a little different, so stay tuned for that. All right. Be good, everybody. Tony, Javi, thanks as always. And everybody be good, man. Be good.